You're here with Brit Edy.
Ooh wee, ooh wee. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. The lounge is open. Ooh wee. I told you guys if something broke, we will be here to talk about it. And like I promised, we are here to talk about it. My name is Chase. This is No Chaser TV. And we got a lot to talk about, child, because Brit Eady has not only no-showed the reunion, but she dropped a bombshell on her way out the door. In order to help me talk about this, I got a couple of people that you guys know very well. I have Jay and Tori B. They're going to be here to talk with me. Jay is here now, so let's go ahead and bring them up. Jay, baby, what's been going on, friend? What is the tea?
Man, ooh, Brit Edy, Brit Edy, Brit Edy. I didn't see any of this coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't see it coming.
I feel like, hey, Alice. Hey, Amanda K. Chase, it's 11:46 here in London, and I have work in the morning, but I am here and ready. I'm going to give you everything I got. Hey, Zoel, baby, I feel like that meme of Lil Boosie's daughter. I told you.
I didn't see it coming. And I mean, I've told you I haven't really been watching this season, although I'm caught up now. I kind of thought that she was just, even though she hasn't added anything to the show, I thought, she was happy. She got her little housewife peach. I thought that she was just going to ride this out being boring. I didn't think that she wasn't going to show up. I thought, with Kenya not being there, she'd feel comfortable. And then she pulled some weak shit like this. You know what? Housewives don't run.
You saw my tweet today, right?
Yeah, they don't run. Now they may walk off a la Mia, but Mia showed up. Now she can handle it.
She came to the motherfucker. We talking today, y'all. It's all no holds bar, all bras are unsnapped, and we are talking about what we want to talk about, how we talk about it here on No Chaser TV. Monetization, no monetization, we don't give a damn. We're going to talk about it how we do. Hey there, Tori B. Tori B is here as well. Tori B, I told y'all, man, I told.
Uh-oh, you on mute, girl.
Sorry. And I had nothing to do with it this time. Oh. What's going on, Tori B?
No, you said it yesterday. You was like, well, the reunion films tomorrow. If anything happens, we'll go live. And I mean, all the girls are fighting. The political girls are fighting, and the girls are fighting.
Everybody fighting.
Everybody fighting.
It's baddies DC.
Let me spit my gun out, y'all. Excuse me, give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's a mess. Okay,
it's a lot.
I just would like to know how she can say now the photo wasn't her.
You're here with Brit Edy.
Don't make any sense.
Let's get into it, you guys. Let's break it down. Let's give the people what they need to know. But before we do, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bells, and make sure that you're listening on No Chaser TV, the podcast, giving us 5 stars. Hey, everybody on X. Hey, everybody on YouTube. Everybody over on Facebook. The people are coming on into the lounge, and we're going to talk about the thing like we do. So let's go ahead and start at the very beginning, the head of this whole situation. All hell broke loose today around 12 between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. today when Bravo went ahead and released the seating chart for this season's Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Here it is right there. As you see, I have the Bravo stamp because there were a couple of people who alleged that Kenya had somehow put out a fake seating chart, and this was the fake seating chart. This is the official seating chart released by Bravo. Kenya did not put out a fake seating chart, just to clarify that rumor. What you guys are thinking is a fake seating chart was not a fake seating chart. That is a seating chart from content creator Izara, who runs Housewives from a Housewife, and she put under there her reunion seating prediction. So she said it was her prediction on how it went. It was shockingly pretty accurate, except for the one banana in the tailpipe that nobody saw coming because initially I didn't even realize it. It wasn't until I did everything and I put it in the comment. I looked at the comment section and people was like, "Where is Brit?" Whoa. Brit Edy no shows the reunion, and then people confirms that Brit Edy no showed the reunion after a falling out with co-stars allegedly that she had, and then there was the fact that Kenya had indeed been disinvited. Now, here's what I think, you guys. We're gonna start it from the rooter to the tutor, like we say down south. So from the head to the tail. So we're gonna start here with things. I thought that, in my opinion, with the season being the way that it went, Kenya Moore should have been there because not only do we have the first 6 fucking episodes, 7 episodes really, which is the aftermath and all of that stuff, but 6 for sure, which is Kenya versus Brit, that we don't get to talk about. We also don't get to see Kenya and Phaedra have any interaction. We don't get to see Kenya and Portia have an interaction about how Kenya may have felt that Portia was supportive of Brit during that situation or whatever it is that they had going on in the press. And now we also are robbed of Kenya versus Cynthia because there have been a lot of people who felt like Cynthia was not a good friend to Kenya. Why would a network with the show on the ropes like it is, for whatever the reason, we're not getting Nene back? So for right now, we're going to say we're not getting Nene back as of today. But why would a show with so many things going against it, people being not really sold on the actual group that they have here and not being, sold on what they got this season, not want to give like the biggest bang for the buck and invite Kenya? Was that an oversight? Brit Edy aside, and then we're going to break Brit Edy into it, but Brit Edy aside, was Kenya not being there a misstep by production? Go ahead, Jay.
100%. I mean, I think all to your point of discussing what already happened, but with Phaedra in the mix, I mean, I think this easily could have set up a lot of storyline for the next season. And I mean, it's Kenya. Like, she shines at the reunion. Like, she's someone that if she's not there, you feel it. So yeah, and I mean, at this point, this should be like a one-part reunion because they have nothing to talk about outside of Kenya, because nothing has happened on this trip so far. Nothing happened really in Nashville. Nothing has happened. So I don't know. And the fact that Andy's already on Twitter tweeting like it's just a regular day makes me think that this reunion must have wrapped early.
I am baffled at this. Go ahead and tell me what you think, Tori, and then we can move on to some Brit Edy of it.
This is a train wreck. Even looking at the seating chart, this is some bullshit. You put in. I knew he was gonna pull this. I don't think Shamia should be first seat. I'm sorry. I don't think she should be first seat, and Phaedra don't deserve to be next to Portia. It's a train wreck. We will not get the answers. The way they handled this whole situation between Kenya and Brit was stupid. You never should have chose that allegedly fraudulent lady on the show. Y'all did not do the proper background checks on her, and I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate y'all choosing Kenya over her. Okay, I don't, suspend both of them. My point is this: we were robbed of a really good Sweet 16 show. The newbies, Angela was the person that really shined this season, and Drew finally stepped into the Real Housewife that we wanted her to be. And the 2 people they brought in, the big star power, the faces of the franchise, gave us absolutely nothing but mean girl, lies, manipulated the audience, just trash. It's a train wreck. I'm not here for Phaedra right now. She has not shown me anything yet other than her being a nasty little witch. And
my God.
She is nasty, because what is the reason for you to be bothering Angela? Do you want to fuck Charles? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I think Phaedra wanted to fuck Charles, or she did fuck Charles. One or the other.
Allegedly. Oh Lord. Well, you said you
I'm
think, but
sorry,
good Lord.
allegedly. The
Girl.
allegedly is there, allegedly.
Allegedly. Good Lord.
But I just can't. This is the girl didn't show up to be held accountable.
Well, let's get into it. The girl did not show up to be accountable. I also was not a fan of the seating chart. And let's just get into the drew of the things, and especially when it comes to No Chaser TV, because the girls said that No Chaser TV got the interview because she was on the ropes and she has not been doing a lot of New York press through Bravo, and this and that and this and that. Nonetheless, we got the interview, and we did what we needed to do with that interview. All that aside, Drew last seat is incredibly frustrating to me. I actually think that Drew probably, if we're going to be honest, should have had, if I'm looking at the total scope of things with the network in mind, Drew should have been third seat, right? The reason why I say third seat is because the investment, the questions that Andy has asked as the guests have come on, what do you think about Shamia? She's just been da 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 da. What they do is, and this is what they did with Shamari. And a little fun fact about Shamari, back in the day, I have a close friend, a good friend who casted that season, and he asked me, who did I know in Atlanta, or who did I think in Atlanta? I gave him a list of girls that I knew, and I gave him a list of girls that I thought that he should look at. And Shamari was on that list, bitch. And y'all told Shamari every which way but loose at the beginning of the season, then fell in love with her at the end of the season, and the decision had already been made, right? So when we go in at the beginning of a season again, it's like Bravo only takes the feedback from the beginning of the season into account, because when you look at it, unless we really got into a deep dive on what's going on with Shamia and Portia, Shamia, in my opinion, did not deserve first seat. But what they are trying to do is establish a new era of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Shamia is the nucleus of the group right now. She is the center, and she is the hottest peach on the block, according to Bravo. Now, when we get on the real streets and the people are saying what's going on, Drew or Angela deserve that first seat, hands fucking down. To me, I would give it to Angela and have Drew in second. But with Shamia and Portia being anchors, y'all, we got to be honest with ourselves. It's just no way that Shamia was not getting first seat. But I don't think that Drew should have been in last seat. I think who should have been in last seat was Kelly, honestly. Kelly should have been last. And there's no tea, no shade to Kelly. I don't mind her coming back next season, but what she gave was very much last seat worthy as far as Housewives is concerned, and that is what it is. Is no tea, is no shade about that whatsoever. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the crap. Bravo did all of that protecting of Brit Eady. They did all of that for this to happen. She shitted on Truly Original, or Truly, whatever their name is now. They changed the name. She shitted on Truly, she shitted on Bravo, and she shitted on NBCU by not showing up. She shitted on them people. Do you know the cover up? I don't want to get in no trouble, but it's quite obvious that there was no real investigation that could have been done allegedly, because how can you investigate something present tense that happened in the past? Not only was it not investigated thoroughly, y'all didn't think to ask the girl, is this you?
I'm not buying that either.
We're
I'm
gonna
not
get
buying
into
it.
it. We're gonna get into it. But not only were we robbed of Kenya versus Brit, we were robbed of Brit versus Angela. We were robbed of Brit versus Drew. We were robbed of Brit versus Kelly. We were robbed of Brit versus Portia, because Brit got into it with every fucking body on that couch this season. She was going to have some words for Phaedra, because Phaedra got on, the first thing she did was call her every type of whore in the book when she got into the room. So it was just a lot of conversations that we have been robbed of. And this is what y'all get. And I just want to say this and get this out in the open. For whatever the reason, if there is bad blood between Truly and there is bad blood between Kenya, stop fucking with Kenya, okay? Stop fucking with her. And when I say stop fucking with her, what I mean by that is there's a song lyric that is the truest song lyric, and it's so simple. Fantasia said, if you don't want me, don't what?
Then don't talk to me.
So if y'all don't want her there, why y'all keep hiring her back there, hanging her out to dry for shit like this? I have always said, and I'm going to always stand 10 toes down on it, and I'm never going to change how I feel about it, that if you fired one, for the action, the reaction, you should have fired the first one for the actual action. Both of those were fireable offenses, in my opinion, and they should have both been gone. But if you're going to keep one, you need to keep the other, especially if you did not do a fucking truly investigation. You didn't truly investigate that. There's no way that they could have truly investigated that situation to the depth of their ability. This is their way out. The tea on the street was, and everybody know the tea on the street. The tea on the street was they didn't want Kenya Moore back, allegedly. She only came back because Candy quit unexpectedly to them, and they had no choice but to bring her back. But they were trying to look for a way to get Kenya Moore out anyway, which is allegedly why she got that contract late in the first place. Now, that's the rumor. Kenya has not confirmed that rumor or denied it. But when we get that, then she comes on. You got this new girl who doesn't even have on a wedding ring or a wedding band or whatever she had that was missing. She doesn't have any of those things on, right? And then the question is, where is it? And now you think the girl picking on you, and now you're making up an issue in your head with her. And then we get what we get. You're going to pull out the pistol. The pistol comment isn't thoroughly investigated, but y'all shut that Kenya Moore shit down. It feels like it's because you always wanted to shut that Kenya Moore shit down. To me. Let's read some comments, you guys. Go ahead and read me Ronnie Williams' comment if you don't mind.
Hi, Bonnie. She's on Facebook. All of them fake housewives always into it with someone, so none of them can point the finger. Kenya got what she deserved.
Okay, Kenya got what she deserved. Now I'll let you have that, right?
Bridget.
But somebody didn't get what they deserved. And now look who the joke is on.
Yep.
Give me another comment.
Another comment. Crystal King says, I think Portia has something to do with it. Her reaction was a bit too much.
I don't know what that's about. So maybe
That's when Kenya did the poster boards and had Brit's pictures up on it.
You think that Portia was involved in the poster boards?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This feel like a bunch of bullshit, and the egg is on Bravo's face.
Yeah, they look so bad with this.
They look really bad with this.
This was not. You invested in that lady? How? And what I'm gonna say this. What background checks did y'all conduct?
Hey there, housewives from a housewife. Read her comment for me. If you see any of her comments, read those for me, please. Okay.
Yes. 1 second. What don't they claim to do background checks on these people when they cast them?
I think they do background checks, and when they find salacious information, they cast them anyway. So it can be talked about on the show.
All right, but this lady,
I don't know if they do or they don't. I'm just telling you, it has to be because they do background checks, but they continue to cast the most unscrupulous of people.
All right, you conduct a background check on these people. We saw some foolishness on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City when they casted Jeannie. And it turned out.
Don't mention that lady on this TV. Don't mention it.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about, but
it's an example.
Don't piss me off with her. I get what you're saying.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, you have to look at their background before you cast them on this show. And I thought we learned that with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with that lady.
No, we didn't learn that.
Clearly, we did not learn that lesson. Brit Edy is not who she claims to be. I don't know who she really is. She claims if that wasn't a picture of you on a poster board, then how is your insurance license being investigated? And that makes sense why you snapped at Angela, because she caught you in a whole lie. That's what happened. So for me, she has to be going after this. We don't want her back. Mid-season, we knew we didn't want her back. I've been saying for weeks, I didn't want Brit Edy back. She showed us that she's a coward and a clown. And at this point, she's the track star right now. All right. Housewives from a housewife said Portia is a production favorite. That's clearly true, because
yeah, absolutely, she's been protected for so long.
She gave nothing.
The one thing that I think about this season that I actually enjoyed, Jay, I don't know if you've looked at it from this lens, but I feel like nobody got protected. Everybody has looked good and everybody has looked bad this season. We went in loving Shamia and Kelly, and now people are on the fence with Shamia and Kelly. People were excited for Portia to be back. And by episode 1, they was like, she's on a bunch of bullshit with Drew, and then this whole Drew and Dennis thing of it all. The girls have all been shown in good and bad lights, except for kind of like Brit. So, and I'm gonna just say this, y'all. Y'all think it's an uproar now. We cannot say why, but episode 16 is going to be even worse for Brit. Brit had to get out of Dodge. It was no way. There was no way. Unless she was like the type of girl who was built for it tough, like those OGs that we mentioned, like the Nene who fought it off, Kenya who fought it off, Teresa, Bethany, Mariah Huck, even Miss Quad, had a whole group of girls. Anytime you got a group of girls that don't see it for you and you show up to that reunion and you hold your own and you stand your ground, baby, you that girl, in my opinion, whether I see it for you or not, because that takes a lot of doing. Like, Jay comes all the time and we don't like him, but he comes, right, Jay?
Fuck you.
I had to give you a little punch. But Jay, what do you think about the actual seating chart? Do you think that was accurate, or anything that we've touched on that you wanted to talk about?
So I will say this. I think Drew is way too far down. I think this is actually her best season so far. Cynthia shouldn't even be up there. Kelly shouldn't be up there. Phaedra shouldn't be up there. Yeah,
Like, when
that's
you
all
say
I
up there,
got.
like up there on the show?
Yeah, Cynthia has no reason to be up there. Because she hadn't done anything. Like, she shouldn't be there for more than a segment. Kelly hasn't done anything but be loud. Um, it's really Drew, Angela, and Shamia that have pulled their weight.
And I'll be honest with you, y'all already know. I already see the flip flop coming from Cynthia. I've never called Cynthia a flip flopper, even though you guys have for years. But I see the flip flop coming from Cynthia from a mile away, because it's going to be, plenty of girls, honey, have come up here and not wanted to be here. But okay, I don't even want to be here at times, but I'm here. So the fact that we are all here, that says something, and that means something. Like, you weren't sitting up there advocating for her, caping for her, and doing all of those things
Sure
for her
did.
during the season. You went against your friend unnecessarily so. You told your friend she was wrong, but the way that she put on that Captain Save a Hoe for Brit and moved forward was appalling to me. And I know at that reunion they had that conversation and Cynthia did that shit. I don't know, but I just know, I feel like we've seen Cynthia enough to know that they're gonna pull that on her. And even like the girls are gonna abandon ship. Like, Portia's gonna abandon ship. Remember, Portia is like hanging out with her and doing all of these things. Those girls are gonna abandon her because honestly, she really did abandon them. Amanda K, when it comes to Cynthia and Phaedra, go ahead and read the rest. I can't see the rest at the
They
bottom.
trying to fill the couches. I agree with that, but TT was barely here for most of the season.
Every time
Okay.
TT comes, she don't know what the hell going on.
TT took her shapewear and ran off during Brit's event. So I'm not here for TT. I didn't want her back as a friend of. I don't think she does. To me, Cynthia never clocked in this season. You over here sympathizing with Brit Edy. I just, girl, I didn't see the reason why you brought her back either. She could have stayed in LA and
All
show
right,
up
go ahead.
for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills whenever she's in LA and call it a day.
Well, I mean, I will say I understand why they brought Cynthia back. Because at the time Kenya was still around and it was a natural friendship. But I mean, with all of this flip flop and stuff and all the things that we're talking about, I don't know where season 17 goes because these women have more or less admitted, hey, I don't even know you. Like, they were pretty much being introduced to each other on camera. So there's not going to be any sort of real bond, sisterhood, or whatever fake bullshit they always try to, spew.
I
Like, this group is nothing but coworkers, and
well,
not even in an interesting way.
I actually am going to venture to disagree with you on that. I think that what they're going to pull is like how they pulled it last season in Salt Lake City with because of what we went through with Monica. We're tighter, we're closer than ever. We've gotten a deeper bond in our friendships, and I can see Kelly playing that Heather gay role when Heather was doing all of that. We're tighter than ever, and we don't let anybody infiltrate our bond. And so they're going to use this reunion. They're going to try to get to the bottom of some things, but they're going to move forward in a positive way. I actually do think, though, this really did fuck up what was a promising show. I was so excited. I still look forward to watching the Housewives of Atlanta. Let me tell you why I look forward to watching the Housewives of Atlanta, because I something pissed me off today, right? I cover OC here. We're going to be doing the Miami podcast. You know what I mean? So we love all the girls. You know, I did New York. We did New Jersey last summer, which was a big hit for us. So it is no tea, no shade. We like housewives here. We are housewives, watchers, viewers, and fans. But something in me feels anti-black. And I don't give a damn what y'all say. That's what I think about it. It feels anti-black when I see people put the white cast in a tweet and say, finally, some housewives back on the screen. Bitch, let me tell you something, okay? They are good. They are great. OC is that girl for me. I watch OC, Miami, Salt Lake. I like Salt Lake, but I'm not crazy about it because I feel like it's too campy for me, like too parody of Housewives for me to take it too serious. But I do enjoy what I watch. However, for me, I don't give a damn how good or bad it was. It was refreshing to see some black girls on the screen. I'm sorry. For me, I just have to say that. It was refreshing to see some black girls on the screen who live similar lifestyles and do similar things that I do, but also do things that I probably at this point can't do, or haven't done, like as far as a wealth standpoint is concerned. But for me, I was excited to get my peaches back. And I really cannot believe a whole entity, corporate entity, let this situation derail what they had. Like, is it time for Andy to step down?
Ciao.
Before we get to that, am I alone in my feeling like sometimes it comes off anti-black, or am I just too Chase Luther King at times?
I mean, I think yes and no. I think for some people, it's people just watch
Oh,
the
you
White
got cut
Housewives
off.
and they do the other ones.
Okay, wait, repeat that one more time. Your phone had kind of broke up. Over your whatever
Oh,
you're using.
sorry. I was just saying, I mean, I think yes and no. There is some truth to that, but the reality is there are just a lot more people who watch the non-white ones. So, I mean, there is racism, but I don't know that I think that's always what it is.
Yeah, okay. I understand that. Everybody is not a racist, so I get it. Torby, is it time for Andy to step down?
Andy. Andy. The girls been wanting somebody else to do the reunions. Um, what I will say is I am disappointed in how he's handling New Jersey, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Because if y'all bring back Teddy, I mean, I had decided once Garcelle
Oh
made
yeah,
her
we're not doing Beverly Hills next
that
season.
we wasn't doing it,
We're
but
not doing that.
the allegedly the streets are saying that Teddy is coming back, and you could forget me ever watching that show if Teddy Mellencamp is back on that
Let me
show.
crack Telly Mellencamp ass open one time, because Telly Mellencamp worried about everything but her motherfucking cancer, and I'm tired of biting my tongue on that. You are worried about the wrong fucking thing. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, worry about your kids,
Well,
your
you know what?
husband.
You know what? Maybe this is how she's gonna cope with it. I can't speak to that. I maybe I need to walk that one back, but it just
No,
feels,
not
it
on my
looks, the optics of it. I don't have cancer. If I had cancer, maybe I wouldn't want to fucking think about cancer and just want to be on the show with my friends. I don't know if I have or don't have, but my last days, I would just want to be on the show with my friend and live my life like it's never ending. So maybe that's where she's coming from. But the way that she frames herself on that podcast, and she talks shit about everybody. And oh no, Garcelle didn't send me a text message. Oh no, I didn't hear from this.
Nobody cares,
Oh
girl.
no. if you going through, I don't give a fuck who I hear from because I'm too appreciative of A, having another day of life to live and get it right and hopefully fight this battle. And B, I'm appreciative of the bitches that are in my corner, and I see them so much that I don't see a bitch that's not in my corner. Why would you want a bitch who don't see it for you to see it? I'm sorry. So maybe I do need to stand on business when it comes to Teddy Mellencamp because it's a bunch of bullshit as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry. So her being on the show, you think that Garcelle gone? Oh, well, I know how to get them back. Let's bring on in Teddy Mellencamp,
Girl, Garcelle done signed another deal with Lifetime. She ain't thinking about that show, and she been glowing and playing grandma to the latest grandbaby. She ain't paying y'all no mind. But what I will say is that y'all should be recasting that show because I'm not interested in
I
it.
cannot believe it. And then they didn't get rid of Dorit or Erica Jane. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, you good. And Andy, are you okay? Because why are you coming up to the reunion looking like that?
Andy tired of the bullshit. That's what Andy knew was some. I really think that Bravo has balls. The fact that they just released it like that, just dropped it.
Well, guess what? Portia, you need to get that clip of Portia claiming that Brit was the quintessential housewife. Now, what you got to say, Portia? Because you look like a fool copping for your homegirl, and all she did was run like a little bitch.
Oh boy.
No. Brit, why do we have Brit? Why was Brit Edy even in consideration? I'm trying to understand. Did y'all see her event?
You're here with Brit Edy.
He know I hate that shit.
You're here with.
Yeah, that event was oof. Bless
The
her heart.
event was full, and thank goodness she fed, the bloggers, but nobody else got to eat. The people was trying to figure out whether or not they needed to take up a GoFundMe to get some pizza down to the event. Then, that event was one thing. The lady says that she owes her allegedly $1,700. The event building, the venue, the country club allegedly is saying they owe them $10,000. But all that aside, then you show up with an empty ass box with some lint. Like, girl, she is not the quintessential housewife. I'm
It's the
sorry.
same thing said.
It's not even Love and Hip Hop, y'all, because people on Love and Hip Hop got money too. This don't even
Here's
get
my
Love and
thing.
Hip Hop.
Her outfit came from Michael's. You can't tell me that wasn't an arts and crafts project that she wore to that thing.
Michaels.
The hat, the fur, the
No, she
polka
said the
dots.
hat was international. She said the hat came in from international.
She's a lie. Just like she said she paid for everybody's surgery that was worked for her insurance company. That's all. Everything that come out that lady mouth is a lie. Remember, she ain't never have a weapon. Lie. I never threatened Kenya. Lie. Lie, 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 lie.
My insurance license is suspended because of Kenya.
Lie. Me and Mike are happily married. Lie.
Allegedly. I don't know nothing about people's marriage. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke behind them people's marriage, baby.
I own my house. Is that a lie?
We don't know. We don't know.
I like somebody come out and expose her because I want a good laugh. I mean,
So-
today everybody's getting June 5th, 2025. Apparently, is the day of exposure. I don't even know what Elon is exposing Trump about right
Baby, I'm afraid to get on Twitter, bitch, for that get exposed. From there, Brit Edy did go ahead and update her Twitter bio, or whatever this is, Instagram bio, and it has since been removed, the Real Housewives of Atlanta that she had in there. So she removed that from her bio, which sent people into a tailspin. But before they can even react to her removing that from her bio, Brit Edy then went ahead on her story and released this comment. Are you able to read that or no?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
As everyone is now aware, I am not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of this season have devastated me. Lord have mercy. Do I need a
Devastating.
violin?
Go ahead, I'll play it.
And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing. Graphic sexual photos surrounding the events in episode 5. The photo wasn't me. As the episode
Right.
makes it clear, we're not done. As the episode makes it clear, I did not see the photo at the time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event, and based on what I was told, I'm not going to talk about her grandma, whatever. Assume that it was somehow a photo of me, which is why I reacted in the way that I did. I do not know who was in that photo, but upon seeing it for the first time recently, I now know it was not me. I look forward to seeking accountability, bullshit, and moving past this dark part of my life.
Okay, you guys, before we break down that part, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. If you have not liked the video, please go ahead and do so. We thank everybody for tuning in. We got almost 200 people watching. Thank y'all so much. We do appreciate your support. Make sure you're liking, commenting, following, and subscribing wherever you're watching us at. We do, again, greatly appreciate you for doing so. Um, so now, after all of this ruckus that she's caused, after everything that is going down throughout the season, after she sat up there boohoo crying, after she sat up there accusing people of not being on her side, after she alleged that she was underage when she took the photo or was a teen, whatever she alleged some bullshit. After she alleged that bullshit, now she's telling us that that was not even fucking.
1 second. We have a super chat. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell. We got 2.
Go
Sorry.
ahead, read them because I got the damn. I can't take.
I know. Alice, thank you for your super chat. Alice says, Chase, Tori B, you guys always keep me entertained. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Alice, for your super chat. And then we have another one from Sin. And Sin said, do you think Kenya has a 16 and 17 season contract? Per her statement today, she maintains she'll be back on Bravo soon. I don't know.
I don't think she has one. I want to address this. Thank you guys for your super chats. Please go ahead and give. But
You want me to pass around a hat?
I don't think she has one as of yet. She says she looks forward to seeing everyone on Bravo soon. That's leaving the door open for Bravo to do business. And I think that hopefully they will do business. But the thing about Bravo is they are known to make you sit out and wait just because. Like them not inviting Portia back season 15. And that was the season she actually got married to Simon. Why wouldn't you have invited her back then? I don't know. The fact that they didn't invite Candace back this season and allegedly the Potomac filming is in disarray, in disarray. So I don't know. Bravo's tricky. I would hope that they let her back. But thank you guys for your super chats. We do greatly appreciate it. I was screaming because it's just like I want off this ghetto ass roller coaster. What do you mean that wasn't you?
She a black ass lie. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. What? Whoa. Come on now.
I'm sorry. I can't. If somebody claimed to release intimate photos of me,
I want to see what you did so I can go ahead figure out whether I need to whoop your ass now, whoop your ass right now. That's what I
and furthermore, Bravo should have verified if that was her. If you claimed that you were underage in the photo, how you didn't look at the photo? None of this makes any sense to me. Bravo needs to clarify all of this foolishness. Because Chase said it, I don't believe you conduct a thorough investigation as to whether she made threats. We heard her make threats. And that alone, her making to me, those are terroristic threats.
Oh, girl. All right. All right.
No, to say you're gonna shoot I got a pistol for somebody. If I was Kenya, I would have went to the damn police. There's no way. I don't know this woman. I don't know if she's, she can do something like this, if she brought the thing. No. I would have had her arrested. I bet you won't threaten me with a pistol again. Again, like I said, when it happened, when we saw it, I said, oh, you better have that pow pow on you, because I'd have whipped her tail. Ain't no way. Now you saying it's all a lie? That you're not in the photo? And then she had a nerve to say, I look forward to seeking accountability. Girl.
Accountability is showing up to the reunion. Now, Jay, come on off that mute, because you were very loud about Karen Huger's accountability. What the hell is she?
I don't know what she wants accountability for. I mean, I just think the whole situation is stupid. I don't know. That's all I got. I think this whole thing is really insane.
So here's a comment from Prognosis, and I wanna point this out. Prognosis said, I need Bravo to come to the front. Yes.
Yeah, it's a mess. This is so fucking embarrassing.
I could tell you who's the loo.
Delulu.
It's Brit. It's Brit. Hi, Prognosis. This is your first time here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Antonio says, what I look forward to is seeking accountability even mean?
I have no idea. Baby, she finna take that shit legal. Wow, if it's not even her.
But before they let go of Kenya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all have an HR conversation? I'm trying to understand, because I am a corporate girly. So I understand how this should work. You report them to HR, and HR is supposed to do an investigation. Have the parties separated, interview the different parties, hear one side, hear the other side. Where's the evidence? You have it on a poster board. At no point did this woman, this is what I'm saying. None of what Brit is saying right now makes any type of sense.
How long has she known that it wasn't her? Is this the alleged disagreement that she had with co-stars? I went ahead and dropped the link in the group chat, or the lounge as we like to call it. If you guys have any thoughts, go ahead and copy and paste that link that you see. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen as well. Go ahead and copy and paste that link into your browser and give us a call. We'd love to hear what you think about all this bullshit. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we don't need two parts of a reunion. I don't, honestly, there's a couple more episodes, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna check out, but
oh no, baby, Brit's gonna check you back in. Brit's gonna check you guys back in. Trust me.
Yeah, but you're not like, where do you wanted this so bad that you went up against Kenya Moore and showed your entire. But here's the other part of this that y'all are not decoding, right? I don't like the fact that she's acting like somebody did something to her. You created this environment. You did this to yourself. Had you never said what you said to Kenya about pistols and whips, and I really wanted I wanted Andy to be like, what whips? What kind of whips? What are you talking about? Right? I want to know what type of whip you was talking about. Okay? Because in 2025, who is whipping anybody? Number one. You're acting like people did this to you. You did this to yourself. That would have never happened if you didn't create some type of foolishness in your head and some fake animosity with Kenya. It wouldn't have happened if you'd have just kept your mouth closed and kept it moving. We would have had a better season. Kenya would still be on the cast, and you probably wouldn't have ran like a little punk with the tail between your legs, tucked between your legs. I'm sorry.
All right, we got a call. Hey, Miss Finesse.
Hey y'all, I'm really, really, really sick, y'all. I'm under the
Oh
weather, but I just wanted to
no.
say this really quick. I really feel like Bravo is trying to tank all of the Real Housewives as a whole. If you think about like how much they spend across all of the franchises, especially with the OG cast, there are people that have been there for 10, 15 years, and I know that they receive a very heavy paycheck. I think Next Gen is an experiment to see how the younger shows will do. You know what I mean? So that they can start eliminating some of those heavier expenses. Because look at Brit Eady. Like she's like what people think a DEI hire is, that's Brit Eady. Like she's
Oh,
literally what people think a DEI hire is. So she just wasn't a fit. She had a really good opportunity to kind of capitalize off of the goodwill that she got from what Kenya supposedly did to her, whatever. And she really just did not make the most of that moment at all. Like she just really like wasted all of that goodwill. Just cringy, and I could see why she wouldn't come to the reunion. She's a one and done. So, I mean, what would really be the point? And what real conflict besides Kenya did she really have with the cast that needs to be like that's so important that needs to be addressed at the reunion? That little box or
You
that feed the needy event that she had.
know, we'll
oh, that
see.
empty box, girl.
Yeah, we'll see. She definitely started some stuff with other folks. Um, Shamia alluded to what she something that she said about her child. So for
Oh, so
that,
maybe that'll come out in the later episodes. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that
That
because it
and
did
her
seem
versus
some of
Kelly.
Oh yeah, about the roommate. That she lives with her roommate. Right, right, right. So allegedly. So, but yeah, that was pretty much all I had. I just feel like, with the decisions that Andy's been making and Truly Original and all of the other production people have been making with the casting, I think they're trying to find a way to downsize their costs and get rid of Real Housewives as a franchise as a whole. Maybe keep Miami or something like that, but it just really kind of depends. New York flop, Dubai flop, Beverly Hills is going to be a flop if all of the people from last season are still coming. So I don't know. I don't really see it a bright future for the Real Housewives franchise. So maybe next gen is just an experiment to see how it's going to go.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Finesse, for calling in, and you get better, okay?
I will. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Y'all have
Thank
a good
you. We
night.
appreciate you.
I want to
All
read
right. Hey
love,
there.
love.
We got Wellington. Excuse me. We got Wellington from the editor in chief, the boss, down to the reality rundown here. What's going on, Wellington?
Hi, Chase. Can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear you. Yes.
Oh my God. Hi, guys. I'm so happy to be talking to you guys.
Thank you for
yes. Hey,
calling.
Wellington.
Hi, Jay. I'm on my way, Jay.
Oh,
Hey, I'll see you soon.
what the hell y'all got going on?
Listen, I have some things to say because I when everything came out today and she put out that story, to me, I just started thinking about what have I been watching this entire season. I feel like what's true, what's not true, what has been something that was fed to us. I don't even know. I don't even know how to feel about this entire season because how are you gonna tell us today that that's not you? And you guys perfectly said it. I've been listening to you guys. You guys perfectly said it when you said she lied there, cried, talking about my license is suspended and my colleagues and this and that. But you never saw the picture. And it's like you said, Tori. No one asked for this evidence. No one said. Also, let's go back to the fact that Drew said that she recognized a guy So did you recognize the guy? But did it seem like I'm confused? I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm so confused. What I do know is though that her posting that and saying that that's not her has created a frenzy, and I think everybody's scrambling because, and also she put this out after they were already filming the reunion. So let's see the tone of the reunion and what it even gives, because I think it's going to be really contradictory to the message that Brit put out today. That's all I wanted to say. No Chaser TV. Guys, if you love No Chaser TV and you miss the live, make sure you go to the podcast because that's where I listen to No Chaser TV from, and I love it. Because sometimes I'm not always, thinking, like, I'm not always live. So I just love listening to you, Chase, on the podcast. So tap into the podcast.
Okay.
Love ya.
Chase,
All right. Thank you, Wellington.
yes, remove the comment.
Okay. I don't know how. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Mm, 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 mm. If you're not listening to the podcast, please go do so. We do have an interview with Drew Sidora up, plus reviews and recaps of everything on there as well. So go ahead and support us there, you guys. I think that as a content creator, it is hard to get people to support original content. So y'all go ahead and support us in our original content, comma, truly, period. Uh, Read this comment from Antonio.
Oh, what? I mean, if that wasn't Brit in the photo, then that whole situation is given set up by production to get Kenya out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Something's not aligning. Something is just not.
I don't
Something is just.
understand that if everyone saw the poster board, then they should have been able to see what pictures were Brit and what pictures weren't. Everybody who was in that room, or at least people on the cast, they should have been able to see and say, hey, oh, that naked picture wasn't Brit, if this is the narrative that we're going with. So I don't know.
Well, allegedly, the photo was of her in the intimate act of giving fellatio. So I don't know how.
On a hot dog, and they don't
I
know how like.
mean, they would
I
know what her
don't.
big ass mouth looked like.
And the stretch marks around her
Well, I
mouth.
was gonna say, were there stretch marks in the picture?
Uh, I wanted to actually highlight a comment from our resident HR lady. Love,
Oh,
love,
what
love.
Lala say?
She says because I said this should have been taken to HR, right? This whole situation with Kenya and Brit. So when HR does investigations, we all get the details before making any decisions. This is crazy. So I don't know what procedures they took. There are certain things you're supposed to take. HR is to actually protect the company from getting sued when things like this happens. And this is very telling that Bravo does not do very good business, and they leaving themselves open to litigation. I would venture to say, right? Love, 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 because HR is there to protect the company from getting sued. And if y'all mishandled this inappropriately, if this is what Brit is this might be possibly what Brit is alluding to. But allegedly, I don't know, but it's something is not right in the water. Things are not making sense. Either she's lying or Bravo's lying or the mixture of the two. Allegedly, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense.
Someone in the comments said, I believe it's love, 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 Jay, that the reason why they probably weren't able to tell her that it wasn't different is because she didn't change that face so many times. So that was what that was about, most likely.
That's true. She did change her faces.
I think we got another caller. Let's see. Hey, Dolce Delicious.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
How are you?
Good.
Pretty good. Okay, so I don't think I called in since this all happened with Brit, but I think she's perfect for the show because she is a fraud. We need frauds. We need to expose them, and she just like that submarine. She just bent under pressure, and no pun intended, but this whole situation is not a creation of Brit. It's a creation of pressure on Kenya and Portia. I think that's really what it is. Kenya went out of her way to overperform in her villain era, which she always does, and no one told her to do all that. I do not believe that she was threatened in any way to do that to Brit. She's doing her normal Kenya actions and she hasn't gotten reprimanded for that. And that night should have been the night that Kenya did a police report if she was threatened. If I'm casually in the heat of an argument, they said that dinner was like 2 hours or something like that. If I'm casually going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get my gun from my car. If I'm doing that in the moment, it's different than you taking several days, weeks to go to Kinko's to go print something to go put my, my personal pictures up there. So I just think it's a little different. We're confusing the two by putting them together like that. Kenya's never been, I don't know where all the Kenya fans came from. Like, she's never been like the best of best. She's always been this way. I just think that we don't have that many ladies to really lean on right now. So it's a bad situation. And I do agree with everyone else said. The housewife shows are just going down. I think we're oversaturated and we just know the game. It's just same way that, a good example, Dorinda, when she went after Tinsley and she had that turkey baster comment and did all that stuff when she was like really drinking a lot. She's doing Kenya did the same thing like what Dorinda was doing. It's just too much, the pressure to have a good show. So you're going over and beyond. So that's what I really see it as, but that's pretty much it.
All right, Dolce Delicious. You always welcome to
Oh,
say what
thank
you think
you.
here. We're not going to stop you from doing it. And I
Oh,
greatly
appreciate it.
appreciate you for your support at this
Yes.
point for years. We've been rocking for years, right, Dolce Delicious?
Yeah, at least a year. I think 1 year. Yes,
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 we've been
yes,
rocking
yes,
for a while.
yes.
So
Yeah,
thank you so much. Okay.
you're welcome. Okay,
All
bye.
righty.
If they are winding down the Real Housewives franchises, then why bring out Rhode Island then? Because
Well, I
nobody.
think I don't know if they're winding them down, but they may be looking to replace them with cheaper iterations where they can start, from a lower pay scale and all of those kind of things. Because at one point, salaries on New York, New Jersey, Beverly Hills, and Atlanta were astronomical. And if you've noticed, they removed the girls and brought them back. I'm sure they brought them back for cheaper. You know what I mean? So, like, look at OC. They got rid of everybody. Then they brought Heather back one year. Then they brought Tamara back the next year. Gretchen's back this year. Like, they're bringing them back. And I think that it works from their standpoint of how they explain it. Is that housewives, we could just interchange them in and out, give them some time off, and bring them back. But also from a financial standpoint, if I let you go and you're making 1.5 million, when I bring you back, do you think I'm gonna pay you 1.5 million? No, I'm not. I wanted to say this, and this is just how I feel about it. Y'all know I ain't gonna change on it. Then we're gonna go ahead and bid adieu after I ask this one final question. As far as I am concerned, if you ever mention a gun around me, nicest thing I can do is put a picture of you or somebody else on a poster board sucking some dick. As far as I'm concerned, tip for tat. You started it and I finished it. And that's just how I see it. I know a lot of people, I understand morally it is reprehensible for you to go ahead and distribute sexual images of people in your get back, but sorry, you're dealing with a person who clearly has no morals. So, I'm never going to bring a knife to a gunfight. When if it's a gunfight, I'm bringing a bazooka, Uzi, and everything else. So if you say that around me, especially after you've been wanting it with me and I've been nothing but cordial to you, I'm going to give you what you motherfucking looking for. And you better be prepared to handle it. But all we've seen from Brit Edy, in my opinion, is a person that gets what she wants. And when she gets what she wants, she's always in over her head and don't know how to damn swim. You wanted to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now look. You wanted it with Kenya Moore. Now look. You wanted it with Angela. Now look. You wanted it. Now you got it, and you don't even show up to the reunion to defend it. Sorry, she's not going to get a pass in my book. And if it was Kenya Moore, I would go ahead and have packages ready to mail. And if anybody wanted to order a copy of them, I'd sell them. Fuck it. I don't give a damn. Because if you ever threaten me, I don't give a damn what people say. If you mention a gun around me, It is war.
I told
And
y'all
that's
that.
for me and my square. That's how I feel about it. For me and mine. It's never gonna be no understanding when it comes to no shit like that for me. Never. And ain't nobody gonna ever understand it. But the most I'm willing to do, because this is what we do here on No Chaser TV, is allow everybody to say how they feel about it uninterrupted and get their point across and hear them and try to come to some sort of an understanding. The understanding that I think that we've all come out today is that Brit Edy is not cut out from the same cloth as a girl who is a real housewife. She is no longer a real housewife of Atlanta. With that being said, I do have one final question I want the people to answer. Looking back over the totality of the situation, do you guys, and that's no tea, no shade, that wasn't a attacking anybody personally. Just want to say, I'm just speaking for me. But do you guys think Brit Edy got a raw deal? Because at the end of the day, I'm still human. Do you think that she got a raw deal, Jay?
No.
Okay. Tori B.
No, she shouldn't have never been on the show to begin with. Where is she from?
Hell.
Clearly.
And with that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, what I said was, for me, that was not a personal attack on anybody. Y'all know I love all the people. We're going to come over here and we're going to tussle. That's what we do over here. But I want to thank Jay for stepping into the lounge. I appreciate it. Torby, as always. Everybody in the comment section. Thank you to our 2 super chatters. Who were they?
I'm sorry. Wait, we had another one. Sorry.
We had another one?
Yes. A said, what did Barbo expect from Bulletina?
Oh my God. Who was Bulletina?
I guess Brit. Clocked in for her first day at work and threatened pow pow 5 minutes in. Sorry, A, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
Sorry, A, we missed it. Let me go ahead and try to find it. How far is it up? It's the last one?
Yeah. It was 20, almost 20, yeah, a little more than 20 minutes ago. I think it was when you had everybody come up. That's probably why I didn't see.
That's why I missed it. Child, don't let me find out. She clocked in and sat that person on the table and said, let me tell y'all something. Y'all with that funny shit, but I'm gonna put some cap in your ass if you fuck with me. Is that what happened? I actually respect that if that's the case.
I don't respect it. Again, if you say you got a gun, you better pull it out when you say you got it, because otherwise I'm busting you upside the head.
Wait a minute, where is it? I'm trying to find it.
You can't go to start.
I don't know. Let me see.
It's under comments. It says live and then it says start.
What is it?
No, the last one.
I got so much going on up here. It won't allow me to react to it. Give me 1 second.
Oh, we got a super sticker. Thank you, Miss Finesse.
This is such a shit show of a season.
I still enjoyed it, all things considered, but I feel like it's an episode of Dallas where at the end of Dallas he wakes up and it's just a fucking dream.
No, how about it's crazy that we have Potomac and Karen went to jail, and then we get this season with the Kenya and Brit Edy of it all, and then this happens when they're about to film the reunion. It's just very crazy. It's been hectic.
I honestly think I think that I've reached the end of my involvement with Atlanta. I know I've tried to watch. I just have not found a single thing entertaining about this season, and I don't know. I doubt they're going to course correct and bring back other people, but I just think.
Actually, I think this is the opportunity to bring in the captain so she can steer them in the right direction. You know who the captain is? She built this franchise.
You talk about Moose?
Who is Moose?
Lenithia? Oh, fuck that. That's the last person I want to see.
Oh, well, you are one of few, because
I mean, I understand that. Look, I don't want to see Nene nowhere. I don't want to see her on her talk show. I don't want to see her on Instagram. I don't want to see her nowhere. And I damn for sure don't want to see her on Bravo.
Well, allegedly, she's supposed to be on Traders. So it seems like they're bringing her back the same way they brought back Phaedra. But she definitely spoke to during the interview and said, if you see me on the red carpets, y'all got to remember that NBC Universal owns those carpets. So we're in a good place.
I mean, I will say,
We're dating.
even though I don't personally like her, I will say there are far worse people that could come back. So while I don't want to see her, if it means for the greater good of Atlanta, sure, but I'm hoping that I
It's
don't
one
see
of the
her.
best franchises.
Hey there, Prognosis. I didn't see you back there in the back. I'm so sorry.
Hi. I'm sorry to
Hey.
interrupt. Y'all continue. I thought y'all was done.
Nah, you're
No,
not
go ahead.
interrupting us. We're interrupting you. Go ahead.
I just wanted to piggyback off of what y'all were talking about, and this is my first time and clicking on
Thank
y'all's
you. We appreciate
website.
you.
Um, I find it so strange, and like she was saying earlier, I am a corporate girl. Like I
Mm.
wish somebody at my job, I would have been at HPD and continuously on them because gun violence is very serious and people lose their lives in Houston for less. And the way she said it, not once but twice, it's a serious matter. If it would have happened to any of them other franchises, Bravo would have taken that extremely seriously. You don't talk about that at work. You don't. And the fact that everybody's just like, oh, it was just tongue in cheek. You talk about pulling up pistols with me. It's going to be beef on site all the time. And if I'm
Oh.
at work and HR didn't do anything about it, it's going to be beef with y'all too. And then the cherry on the top was Bravo trying to get ahead of the story and say nothing was talked about with weapons. They played in our face and then release the audio, which still doesn't make sense to me. So it's like, what are y'all really just wanted Kenya out, right? And then you put all of your eggs in a basket for a flunky and a dangerous, I say within my field, mentally unhealthy, unstable person, right? You don't know what she gonna do. She a firecracker. She's desperate. She's one of those people that push her up against the wall. Brit Edy would do anything, right? We can sense that with her. Doing that thing with Stevie J. You know what kind of woman is doing things with Stevie J and all that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she had that show with Stevie J coming out about being a madam of a house. Like Bravo knew that. Bravo had that intel, and they still decided, yeah, let's cast her on this show. So you already know what kind of girl she is. Fine, cool, whatever. Let's not judge her by that. But the fact that she lacks self-control and the fact that she has a weapon possibly, for me, we would have an issue. And y'all, and then she got on there, and Andy on Watch What Happens Live. And Andy ass was just sitting over there like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Yeah, you
Andy
can.
was, Andy was like, oh, yeah. I mean, where did you really have one? Is that funny? Is that funny, Andy? Because if I told you right now, I got my 9mm right now, and again, I'm from Texas. We all packing. That's why I'm like, I can't even believe she was using it like that. Because those are the gun owners we don't need walking around here. People that when they get in verbal arguments want to threaten with a weapon. That's an issue.
Yep.
And I'm not with it. And the fact that I know they're not going to handle what needs to be handled because they did it with Potomac. They're not going to really deal with it. They're going to be like, oh, Brittany didn't show up, blah, blah, blah. Nobody is going to hold her accountable for gun violence that we know affects the United States in crazy numbers. And y'all are like, man, whatever, gun, schmun, whatever. What? And then she kept saying it. I got a pistol? Girl, are you on narcotics? Are you okay? What are you talking about? Because she wasn't being nice to you? You're threatening her life? I mean,
Overreaction.
beyond over. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's mentally unstable to, and then she displayed the same behavior again and again and again. somebody that has overreactions to simple issues is a liability.
I I agree. I told y'all when it happened, I was like, gun violence in America is crazy. For them to just brush over this, and those white housewives would not have allowed this to happen. I'm sorry. It just was like, oh, they in the hood, and black housewives are used to this. No, we not. And that's why I wish that Kenya would have took it a step further and called the police. She said she got a gun on her, and she said, I got pistols and whips for bitches like you.
Yep,
So
twice.
that's when they should have investigated that. The police came on site, they would have had to investigate that right then and there. And
And then my lawyer would have subpoenaed the Bravo mics and cameras and got her saying that. Like I maybe it's just me and I've been affected so much, but I don't play with people talking about I got guns for you. Like that's not a joke.
yeah, I agree.
And production heard it because we heard it when they played it for us.
Yeah, I really don't get this. I mean, if I was Kenya, I would have took it there.
Yeah,
I would have.
without a doubt. Without a doubt. It would
Yeah.
have been like, oh, that's going to be the last thing you ever say to me at work. Mind you, this is at work. Like, yeah, if you're hanging out with your hood girlfriends and some of them are a little bit rowdy and she threatened you with a gun, you'd be like, all right, I'm just never going to hang out with that crazy person again. But if you're telling me I got to keep showing up to my job with a girl that if I just say something that's not even egregious to her, she's going to threaten me with a firearm?
Wait, but what about this Stevie J nonsense? What?
Oh yeah, she had a pilot. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere.
I heard about it, but I forgot.
And she was gonna be the madam in this like pimp house, and the show just never got picked up. Like, why would she? Why would you look at that and be like, "Oh yeah, perfect, perfect. This is it. Let's get her. Let's get her on the show." I know why, because earlier somebody said you guys do vet and they see that they're a hot mess and they want the reaction and they want the blowback. They just overplayed their hand, Bravo. Because again, they picked someone that cannot be controlled, that is emotionally unstable and violent. Because you can have crazy. Bryn is crazy in New York. Like, she's
No,
mentally unstable.
that
Like, you can have crazy, but you can have crazy mixed with
she's
fire.
emotionally unstable as well.
Yes, Bryn. That's what I'm saying. But Bryn is not walking on there talking about explosives and firearms.
No,
You know, but yes, Bryn is one
she's
of them.
weaponizing her sexual assault against somebody else. Oh my God, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so
Got a lot of crazies across the franchises, but this one is a special one, and I honestly, Bravo just looks crazy in this situation for not doing their due diligence and handling this appropriately, and it just looks very bad on their end. And then you invested and kept somebody who is out here threatening people with guns, with pistols and whips. After the girl says she don't own a firearm, even though we got footage of her on other platforms saying she has weapons.
and that she doesn't leave her house. No. I never leave my house without mine. Never. Not even to the gas station.
Yeah.
Her words.
Yeah. So I don't know. We got to call Bravo to the front because this is not it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Prognosis, for giving us
Thank
that
you.
call. We greatly
And I thank y'all
appreciate you.
for being Black people. Just one last thing before I get off, because a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, "Oh, it was just tongue in cheek. Oh, she's just talking ish," and I think that's a huge issue within our community. Just for us to discuss together that even if that's how you feel, you should never utter those words unless you really about to bring that firearm out and use it. And if you do say that, we need to start taking people seriously. So many people have lost their lives over petty things, and it's like, whatever, until it is a thing. So thank y'all for not being like so many other people that are like, she was just talking, she was just mad. And it's like, yeah, you need to still have self-control when you're upset, period. So thank
Agreed.
y'all for
Thank
having
you.
me. And y'all
No
have a great
problem.
day.
You come
Thank
on
you
back
so
now.
much. Come
I
on back.
will. I just
Yeah.
subscribed and turned on my notification bell.
Period.
All
All
right.
right.
Y'all have a
Thank
good night.
you. All
Bye.
righty. All right, child. Well, we done gave you the best that we got, like Anita Baker. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Jay, thank you for coming on into work. Torby, thank you for clocking on into work. Everybody in the comment section down to the lounges, thank you so much for clocking on in with us. We've had a lot of people watching today, so we do greatly appreciate that. If anything else comes of it, we'll go live again. But that is what happened. We were supposed to talk about Ralph having a hoochie down in the basement yesterday. We didn't get to that. We're not going to get to that today, so we'll mention it on Monday during the recap, okay? But other than that, stay tuned. No Chaser TV. We're all over social. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Dolce Delicious, Housewives from Housewives from a Housewife. Thank you so much for coming in. Antonio, love, love, love. Amanda K, Sean, A, Ashley. I see a lot of people.
Cohen. And we got a lot of people from Facebook. Thank you for joining us, guys. Come back, set your notifications. We love having you here. I see Johnny Daniel commented, Drea Max Ferguson commented on Facebook. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. We will see y'all soon.
Thank
Peace.
you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I'm joking. I'm joking.